Welcome to DiverGen.com. Alright, today we're going to take a look at another keyboard. And this one is the Logitech K10 Bluetooth illuminated keyboard. This is actually very similar to the K11, which is more Mac oriented and iPod oriented. This is pretty much similar, but it's black and it's Windows oriented. Although I'm pretty sure you can probably use it with any device, but we'll take a look at it, see what's inside here, and we'll give it a go. So we'll take a look at this guy here, and you see there's the keyboard. It's a very small Bluetooth keyboard. If you're not familiar with it, and basically the keyboard offers the ability to, with these three buttons here, be able to simultaneously connect up to three devices and be able to switch between them with a simple button click. So that's kind of a nice feature, especially if you want to have, well, say if you have a tablet, another tablet, a laptop, or something else that you want to use it with. And so we got over here, just probably a disk. See, you got probably manuals and whatnots, and a cable. And basically, it is a rechargeable. Let's say it has a micro USB cable and has a slot in the back basically for you to plug it in for charging purposes. So let's take a look at this device. So we can see that it's relatively thin. It's a very thin profile. If you use some of their keyboards for their tablets, it has the same keyboards, little micro switches underneath, and it's actually very comfortable to use. As it's not ultra firm, but it actually feels. I always actually find these keyboards very comfortable to use. But personal preferences. So take a look at what we got here. We have the on-off switch on the right side of the keyboard, and flipping it over, we have the sync button for it. And once again, if you look over on the top, these keys double up as function keys, as well as with the FN key here. Your three Bluetooth settings, as well as some of the other highlights, and it is illuminated, so it's got backlighting. So the backlight, basically the different levels of backlighting, and your media keys, home, and other keys here. So I'm going to take a look at this, hook it up to my Surface, and give it a spin. I'm also going to try to hook it up to some other devices, and we'll see how well it performs. And I'll just note that basically it's a shiny plastic up on top, but it's actually got brushed aluminum on the sides here, so it's actually quite well built. It's actually quite light as well. So, all right, once again, I'll hook it up, and we'll take it for a spin, and let's see what it's like. Okay, so now that I had a chance to unbox the K810 keyboard, we're going to see how this works, trying to pair it up with three different devices, because once again, the big bonus about this Bluetooth keyboard is that it actually has three settings here to be able to tie it to three different devices. Now this is the 810 being a Windows version of the keyboard. It actually can work. I'm going to prove that it works on an Android device, an iOS device, as well as my Surface Pro 3 Windows device. So just real quick, while I still have one, I have the 811. This is the newest one. Basically, it's just very similar to this model, obviously. It shares many similarities as far as styling is concerned. Obviously, the one difference is that the 811 is a kind of a more of a brushed aluminum finish on top of here versus the kind of brushed, unpolished brushed chrome material that is on the 810. So differences being that the first thing for sure is the function keys up on top. You have the standard three that are for the switching between different devices. Slightly different ones here. Home button for the iOS version is where F5 is, versus they have the F5 and F6 on the Windows version is for the backlighting. I don't want this to go to sleep on me. As well as slightly rearranged media keys. The important difference on the Windows side is you have a print screen and scroll lock on the side over here, and then you have the delete insert, which this is just basically the keyboard up down and the eject button on the 811 on the Macintosh side, or the iOS OS 10 side. Now at the bottom, pretty much the lower left quadrant here is the difference, being that on the Windows side, the keys normally are Control FN Windows and the Alt, and on the OS X side you have the FN Control Option Command. So it sort of depends on which one you're more used to. If you're used to doing, working on a Macintosh keyboard, you might get a little befuddled with the different layout on this one. Or if you are mostly a Windows user, yeah, you might get a little bit thrown by the fact that the layout of this one is a little bit different than if you're using the 811 versus the 810. The 811 does work well across these devices, and so the 810 is no difference. Sorry, I just dropped something on the floor. Okay, so let's pair this guy up. So first things first is we're going to go to the settings and go to the, oops, not there. We'll go to the settings here. Bluetooth settings, we'll do the iOS device first. So we'll turn this on. And let's see, basically we will hit the sync button on the back there. And so now notice these are flashing. So we will go to Bluetooth on this guy first. And we'll see keyboard K810 show up. So I'll move this forward a little bit so you can see better. So here we are. So hit that. I'll start syncing up, and there we go. So the 810 is connected. So you can see that. Let's see. So here's the interesting thing: is the home button now is on this side over here. We'll get you back to your applications, and so we'll go to, say, Microsoft Word on the iOS side, and we'll do some typing. So this is my iPad mini Retina over here, so I'll just let you know, in case you're curious. It's not the full-blown iPad Retina, not the 10-inch one. Okay, so now that we have that one synced up, let's go and sync it up on the Windows side. So let's scoot to this side a bit, and we will move this one over here, and we will take a look at it. So we will go to the change settings, and I'm already in the Bluetooth section, so I will once again hit the sync button on the back here, and I'll hit F2 for the second one. And we'll wait for it to show up here, and it says keyboard. Click on this, and we'll pair it up. And I get to type something. 046906, enter. And there we are. So now it's going to find it. And it says keyboard, but pretty much it should work right away. Here we go. So there we are. See, so there. So now it's a standard Windows keyboard. You can alt tab to things. Go back to Microsoft Word over here, for example, and we start typing. So the one thing I found that it's important to note is that the keys up on top are functions first before they're the function keys first before the actual F keys. So for example, if you want to get F1, so typically on Windows machines F1 is help, you gotta hit the old FN key in order to toggle that. Same with, like, say, the print screen, so it's, some Windows users don't like that the functions are not F keys first. And something I ran into here is that Logitech says that if you install their SetPoint software, it should find this keyboard and allow you to force toggle that these are your F keys first. But the problem I ran into is that for whatever reason, when the SetPoint software is installed, it actually screws up this keyboard where it doesn't work properly. It disconnects very, very rapidly, and things just don't really work well with SetPoint installed. I can't say for sure why. I really didn't have a chance to research it a whole lot, but ultimately you're better off not having SetPoint for what it seems, because it just doesn't play nice. For at least on my Surface, it didn't play nice. So there's just a fair warning about that. Okay, so we'll now scoot over to my Android. This is my Galaxy Note 12.2, and we will sync it up with this one now. So I will basically hit the media key here, the connect key, and then hit F3. So we'll do the third one. So we'll go to my controls here, my settings, and go to my Bluetooth. And we'll see if it will scan. And alright, so this must be it right here, this funny little thing. Looks like a keyboard. And it didn't like that. What happened? Oh, there it is. I did like it. So I type this in. 616700 and hit enter. And Logitech K10. So hit the function key, the home key here. I am back to here. I can that's S voice. Let's see. So quick is to kind of find the thing that brings up the applications on here. Well, I can't seem to figure that out, so we'll just go here and we will go back to Handcom Word and we'll do some typing. Oops, alright. So we can see that it kind of works. So now, let's see how well it switches between things. So here's my iPad again, over here, and I'll scoot over my Surface, and so we'll play with it. So we'll hit F1. Oop, let's see, where did it go? I think I might have messed this up a bit here. Well, let's go F2. So F2 is my Surface. And F3 goes right to my Note. And F1 should go back to my iPad. But you know what? I must have messed it up when I was syncing. So let's do this again on the iPad here. So we'll go back to here, and we will cancel. I don't want to do that. What are you doing? So we'll hit the sync button. I'm in the back again. Hit F1 this time, so I get the first one. And let's see if we can find it again. So, and we'll actually forget this one. We'll forget this device. And there's A10. Click that in there. And there. So now we should be good. Yep, there we go. So we're good. So we will go back to Word here. Okay, so I think I messed up, was I didn't do F1 the first time, and then basically it must have, if you don't select one, it actually kind of picks one for you, and so that's probably what happened. So all right, so there's that. F2 goes back to here, and F3 goes back to my Note. So there you go. So basically, in a real quick way of hitting these keys here, you can get to all three different devices. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to be able to do that. So once again, this keyboard is backlit as well. Let me turn some lights down. Let's take a look at the backlighting. Let's see if I had the same problem I had with the 811. So there's the backlighting. If you can kind of see that, so we'll toggle it up. So there's the backlighting. Actually, for some reason, it seems a bit more subdued than the 811. But basically, hitting the highlighting keys here, you can dim it down, bring it back up. So it's kind of nice. It's once again, this is a Bluetooth keyboard. Allows you to control multiple devices. It's backlit. It's got its own rechargeable battery. Logitech claims it'll last quite a while. Maybe about 12 hours or more, maybe, of continuous work. I'm not sure. I haven't run through that yet. So if a red light LED shows up over here, then you know the battery's getting low. So there you have it. A look at the Logitech K10 Bluetooth keyboard for, well, Windows or iOS or Android. Works just about on all of them, which is actually quite nice. If you're used to using these kind of shallow keys, these actually feel quite good. Logitech has used these quite a bit on some of their tablet-based keyboards. So it's actually, I find it very comfortable to type on. So I do like this keyboard quite a lot. So if you have any questions about this device, about this keyboard, or anything else, please send me some feedback. I really appreciate the feedback I do get, good or bad. And please subscribe. Thanks for watching.